All right, so welcome to this module on the basic setup of your Instagram account. So what we're going to do is talk through some of the important things that you have to have or that you need to know about when you're setting up your Instagram account. The very first thing is going to be obviously your bio. Now, your bio is like the most important piece of real estate that you possibly have. Everyone can see it, everyone's going to see it. And you can use this for a multitude of things. Now, some people will use it to talk about the accolades for themselves, right? I won this many awards, made this much money, do this, that, and the other, right? And then others will use it to sell something, right? So they've got a product, they want to push people to that product, and they push them to the product through the bio, right? Because your bio also allows you a link in bio, right? It's one of the only links that's actually the only link that you can click to leave Instagram, right? Inside of the whole Instagram ecosystem, unless you're in direct messages or something. So your link in your bio is super important, but it kind of ties in to your goal, okay? What is your goal? Is your goal just to be an influencer, right? Is that your goal? Is it to build a brand, right? Is that your goal, or is it to sell, right? Why are you creating an Instagram account? And I think that's the most important thing with the very basic setup that you understand, or that you really determine for yourself, is what is your goal, right? You see a lot of people that are influencers. If you're an influencer, okay, then your goal is simply just followers, right? You want to get as many followers as you can, because obviously your goal is to get sponsors and to get, paid to do shout outs and things like that. So your goal is followers, all followers, right? So you might just capitalize like all followers. That's what you're looking for. If you're trying to build a brand, you definitely want followers, but you want specific ones. Okay? Meaning, look, all followers are good followers, but you want to make sure you're getting a specific type of follower, somebody who is interested in your actual brand, right, for a reason, okay? Because those people, if they're interested in your brand, let's say it's a brand of clothing or something that you're selling, well, then they're really they're gonna share that, they're gonna wear that. If it's women's clothing and you have 80% of your followers are men, this is probably not a good thing, right? So my point is, when you're building a brand, you want to have specific types of following, okay? Not all followers are good followers, right? So influencers, all followers. Building a brand, specific followers. If you're trying to sell something, all you care about is clicks. Clicks and sales, right? You aren't really as interested in your following. Now, I want to be very clear on something. You can most definitely and should most definitely still grow your Instagram account, right? In order to be able to make more sales. But if you're into selling, there's strategies and monetization strategies that you can use on Instagram that might generate more sales, but it's probably going to generate less followers, right? And so in your specific case, those would be a great idea. If I'm an influencer, my goal is to be an influencer, then I don't want to do that. I want to get more followers, right? I'm not really necessarily trying to make sales. So understanding your goal of your Instagram account helps you to structure your bio. If your goal is to be an influencer, then you talk about how you are a fitness influencer or a clothing influencer or whatever in your bio. The reason for that is you want clothing stores or fitness stores or whatnot to see that, and then to say, wow, okay, we should reach out to this person to see if they can do a sponsored post. Like, it's kind of like a billboard that's advertising that you're here and you're available, right? For them to reach out to. If you are selling something, you want to take advantage of that opportunity in your bio to give your best one sentence pitch for why somebody should click a link and go somewhere to buy something, right? Whether it's your book or it's a course that you've written or it's, you know, a specific product that you're selling. It doesn't matter what it is. You want to have quick elevator pitch, if you will, and then click the link, right? So super important. So understanding your bio and how to structure your bio really is determined by your specific goal. The same thing with your page branding. So a lot of times when you look on pages and they have 1,000 different things, you know, I mean, obviously Instagram is all broken up into these squares, right? So stuff like this. Okay, well, if you were to come on to my Instagram account and this is what it looked like, okay, and I'm just giving you a color representation because, well, it kind of makes the point, right? So let's just go through here and just make this look really, all right. So doing things like this, all right, I think what you're going to see, and you're going to get the point, is that, you know, this doesn't really look very congruent. When I come onto this Instagram page, I'm seeing a bunch of different stuff, right? Just constantly, consistently, all over the place. This is not the best way to do Instagram. What you really want to do with your Instagram account is have some consistency to the flow. You want to make sure that your page is branded properly, okay? So you want to show what it is that is going to attract your ideal client. Again, if you're an influencer, you're going to be taking pictures and showing things that are that people would look at and say, wow, I want to buy this, that, or the other that this person has, right? So in other words, taking shots that would then influence people to need or want to do or have whatever it is that you're kind of an influencer for, whether it's fitness or, like I said, clothing and whatnot. If it's to sell something, then a lot of times your posts on your Instagram account are a little more educational, right? They're showing what the product is, but also educating people on the product. So it's posting on your page and being consistent with your branding is key. And then obviously Instagram stories. It's important to have stories running. Stories reach a lot of people and people spend a lot of time watching stories. So you don't ever really want your stories to run out. You want to always have a story up because a story is always reaching people and is bringing people to your profile. And when people come to your profile, there's more opportunity for them to click the link in your bio, and there's more opportunity for them to get to know who you are, and ultimately more opportunity for you to generate revenue from them. So this is some of the basic strategies that you want to look at and understand when you set up your Instagram account. We're going to dive into detail on monetization and growth in the next few modules. All right, everybody. So welcome to another module here. In this module, we are going to talk about some IG growth tactics. So the biggest question people ask is, how do I get followers, right? So this is one of the biggest questions that we get asked when we are teaching people Instagram. So everybody's obsessed, obviously, with getting followers. They want to know, how do I get more of them, right? and that can be, look, there's many different strategies, okay, when it comes to, you know, getting your followers and growing your audience and your reach. All right, I'm going to go over a few of these with you right now that I feel like are super important. Number one, all right, shout outs. Okay, shout outs. This is where you find other pages, you know, other people on Instagram that have an audience that you want. Okay, so let me give you an example. If you are selling a women's cookbook, okay, women's cookbook, and by women's cookbook, I mean you're selling something that's, you know, specific for women, right? What you would do is you would look for people who have a very big following of women, right? If you were selling a cookbook for men, like men's grilling or some stuff, right? Well, then guess what? You would go look for people on Instagram that have a big following of men, right? And the reason you want to do this is because what a shout out is basically this person goes onto their Instagram page right here and they make a post, and that post tells people to follow you. They're called sponsored posts, shout outs, all of those types of things. This can happen in posts and stories. Okay, so posts and stories. And the great thing about this is you get to control who is going to see it, right? Because you can control who you pay to do these shout outs. So it gets you quality. What I like about this is it's a place to get quality followers, right? And remember, we've told you in other modules, like not all followers are the same. You can just get people that follow you just to follow you, you know, that's great, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to turn into a buyer, right? Or into somebody who's going to take some type of an action on your page. So this is something that gets you really quality, quality people. Another thing is using hashtags in your post. All right. So basically Instagram has what they call the Explorer page. Okay. And that's the page that you go to on Instagram right when you get on and you see all those images like this, right? Okay. It usually is going to show you, all right, this shows content from people or posts with similar interest. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that if you're constantly looking at cars on Instagram, then more than likely you're going to see cars in these little boxes, right? You're going to see posts from people you don't even know, right? But because you've been looking at cars, Instagram is going to pull that type of content in. Well, that's done through these hashtags. So you'll see people that make a post, they'll say like hashtag, cars, hashtag, exotic, hashtag Lambo, right? Whatever, right? Just making things up. They've got all these. What they're basically doing is giving Instagram the ability to categorize the post, right? Exotic cars, Lamborghinis. Now, in Instagram, you can search by hashtag. So if I search for exotic cars, right, then any posts that have that hashtag in it will show up. Also, again, Instagram uses those hashtags to kind of categorize the content so that they can show you content that you likely will have, interest in, right? So when you make your posts, you should put hashtags in your posts, okay? This is something that's very important. Number 3, tag friends request. Okay, so basically what this means is when you make a post, let's just say this is your image up here, okay? And then you've got all the stuff down here, your content, you say tag 3 friends, right? In the comments, right? Okay, here's the thing. This works really well because what this gets you is it gets you friend-based referral traffic. And this is some of the best traffic and the best followers you can get, is when somebody else tags one of their friends or one of their peers in one of your posts, right? Because that's going to bring people into your page. They're going to come there because their friend told them to come there. And then, of course, because their friend told them to come there, they're going to be interested, saying, well, I wonder what so-and-so is, so interested on this page for. And a lot of times these people turn into followers, and they really turn into people who engage a lot with your page, right? With your Instagram page. So how do you get people to tag 3 friends or tag friends? A lot of times you offer a giveaway, right? So you might say, hey, I'm going to be giving away a $25, gift card to Best Buy tomorrow at 2 p.m. To qualify, tag 3 friends that you think might love X, Y, or Z. Like tag 3 friends that love exotic cars. If your Instagram account was about exotic cars, tag 3 friends that love art. If you had an art Instagram page. So the point is, you can tell them to tag people as part of an entry to this contest. This grows your account really quickly. You get a lot of new people coming to your account because they're interested in winning this particular contest, and it can go viral, right? You can have thousands upon thousands of new people that end up following you on Instagram, all from one of these tag your friends contests. So this is a great way to grow your account. This is a way to grow it completely free. Hashtags in your post is a way to grow it completely free. Shoutouts is something that you're going to have to invest in. Shoutouts is where you're going to spend money to get people to shout you out. But those shoutouts can most definitely jumpstart your growth. So what I usually like to do is tell people, like, step one, do some shoutouts. Okay? Now you have a following, you have like a base following, right? So I don't know how many, depending on your budget and how much you want to invest in your shoutouts, you're going to have X number of followers. Now you can proceed with these two things, and it works even better, because now you're going to put these hashtags in your post, but you're going to have your followers that are going to be seeing your post, and they're going to be pressing the like button, which tells Instagram to show this more often, right? So they're going to help syndicate that content for you. Plus, your followers are now going to see your tag friend request, so that's going to get you more and more and more virality to your posts. Whereas if you try doing both of these things and you only have 2 or 3 followers, you kind of fall short, right? There's nobody seeing it. So you need to have followers in order for 2 and 3 to work. And point number 1 is how you can get quick followers that are good quality followers, real followers. And remember, the name of the game is this right here, right? It's getting quality subscribers, quality followers in order to grow your account. So this is a 3-step process to growing your Instagram account. There's many different ways. This is the one I wanted to teach because this is the one that's most simplistic for people who are just getting started. Start with a shout out, then immediately start doing hashtags in your post, run the tag friend request contest, and you can grow your account pretty quickly, pretty easily, and of course, in the most efficient way possible. So hopefully this helps you. This 3-step process is something we use on all of our accounts. We hope that you're going to use it as well. All right, everybody, welcome to this module here where we're going to talk a little bit about IG content strategies, the strategies you would use to get content and posts onto your Instagram. So let's talk a little bit about what Instagram offers, okay? So obviously, you have the standard little thing here where it shows all of your posts, right? Then you have the little thing, this is your face, I'm being silly, but you have stories. So you have your story, and then you have your post, okay? And so there's a strategy that we've used, okay, to put content on our page. We call it the page, but on our account, that has worked really, really well, all right? So if you kind of break this down and you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? If you're going down through the week. Basically on Monday at 3 p.m., we do a post, okay? On Tuesday at 3 p.m., we do a post. On Wednesday at 3 p.m., we do a post. This is just exactly how we run our account. And on Thursday at 3 p.m., we do a post. Now, all of these posts, okay, all of these posts are content value driven. Okay, now what does that mean? What that means is these particular posts are designed to give you value, okay? So they're designed to give you value. They're not look at me, flashy pictures, all that kind of stuff. It's value driven. So I want you to pay attention to that. Whatever you can provide from a value standpoint is what we do Monday through Thursday. Now Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we do lifestyle. Okay? So we do lifestyle. Now, why do we do this? This gives us a good mix when you're looking at our Instagram page. So when you're looking at our Instagram page, you're seeing pictures of us, but then you're seeing, content created, posts. In other words, maybe it's a screenshot of a quote, and then we're explaining why that quote is so powerful and why it's so important, and, those types of things. But then, a couple of posts down, you see a picture of us either at the beach or we're walking with our family or whatever, right? Like lifestyle shots. Because with your Instagram account, you want to build, essentially, you want to have people get to know you. So you want to have some kind of personal connection. Okay? So you want to have some kind of personal connection, but you also want to have business respect. Okay? And this is something that's very important, but something that a lot of people don't pay enough attention to, and a lot of people truly just don't understand, is this part right here, right? Look, anybody can get on Instagram and talk about, and take pictures of their new car or their vacation that they're on or their new handbag or whatever it is, right? Anybody can do that. People will become personally connected to you through watching your story. It's like your life story, and it's playing out on Instagram, right? We use the posts, and of course we use the stories for that, right? But the business respect comes from when you post content that people learn from. There's a little button that looks like this right here, okay? And this is something that you use to save a post, okay? When you look at your metrics on Instagram, look at how many people click that button, how many people save your post, because that's going to be the telling story as to whether or not you're generating business respect, right? Or just furthering your personal connection. Business respect will get a lot of saved posts, and the reason for that is because people are going to respect the content, they're going to want the content, and they're going to want to remember the content, right? Because they feel like it's going to add some kind of value to their lives. And so they're going to save that post, all right? So a good indication of whether or not you've done a good job of creating content that will really serve that purpose is looking at how many people actually save the post. Now, your stories. When we look at stories as a running timeline of our days, right? Stories we use to build personal connections. So what you'll notice is that Monday, and if we just kind of take this and break it up like this, all right? So from a post standpoint, right, all of this is content driven Monday through Thursday. But our story is lifestyle driven, okay? So our story is lifestyle driven. But here's the interesting thing. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, our story is content value driven. You see, what we're doing is, if somebody comes in because they see one of our lifestyle photos and they start watching our story, we want to give them value, right? If somebody comes in because we've made a post on, say, Tuesday that's a great quote and it brings in a lot of value, and they're like, wow, this is really cool, I found this in the Explore tab, but who is this person? Well, when they go to watch your story, they're going to get a lot about who you are, because your story Monday through Thursday on those days is talking about who you are, and it's telling them what you're doing, and they're able to watch your day and who you are kind of unfold. So you have to understand, you want the both to take place. You want to add value, but you also want people to personally connect with you. So we flip-flop what our objective is based on the day of the week and the type of medium, whether it's a story or a post. And what we found is that this particular posting strategy has worked great for us. It has allowed us to grow our Instagram, grow our engagement, and truly turn Instagram into a tool that allows us to actually make some money from social media. And so it's a great opportunity. And if you're looking for a strategy to boost your growth, this is a strategy that I think that you should implement. So if you follow this exact outline right here, you'll be doing exactly what we're doing, and that is working really, really well for us. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Take notes, make sure you implement, and you can move on to the next lesson.